Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I talked recently about how I just took a trip, a 13+ hour trip with layovers with my 3 kids by myself. Are you interested in hearing some tips I have? So, some recommendation do's and don'ts of long trips with small children. The first thing I can say is stay calm. If you remember anything from this whole video, stay calm. Because kids feed up from our energy. So if you're already tense, they ain't gonna calm down. Even if they do get a little fussy, it's easier for them to calm down if you are already calm. Because something will go wrong, alright? Number 2 goes from when you're booking the flight. What I did, because I knew I was traveling with kids, I was looking for flights that had more than an hour layover. I found flights with almost 2 hours layover and I'm like, even better. Turns out, it wasn't enough. I missed my connection that day. So that leads me to my third point. Be prepared to feel completely unprepared. They took 45 minutes to give me my car seat and stroller from the bottom of the plane. Like, seriously? 45 minutes? Also, other thing when booking flights, what I did, I chose to book red-eye flights. So leaving Canada, I think it must have been around 9 or 10 p.m. with the idea that it's dark and the kids will sleep. My other tip is if the baby is older than 6 months, I would definitely go with the extra seat, putting the baby in the seat versus the lap, just because they want to see everything, they want to touch everything, and you know, drinking anything on the plane for me as the mom was practically impossible. If you're traveling with more than one child, consider buying that extra seat. It will become handy. Something you shouldn't underestimate also is in preparing for the day of the flight, you as a parent will need a lot of rest prior. Reason being, you don't know how long you're gonna be awake during that flight and you have to bring your A game that day. Before leaving the house, everybody's well fed, everybody went to the bathroom, everybody's well rested. For packing purposes, every kid had their own backpacks. Every kid brought one toy. They each had a favorite that they brought with them. What I also did way before the day of the flight is every time we went to a McDonald's, for example, anywhere that gave us like a new toy, I mean something small, I kept that toy or that book way before they even saw it. I put it in the bag way deep in down there so that they don't even see it. And then during the flight, I bring them out one at a time. And it worked great because it was a new toy and it kept them entertained for a bit longer than an old toy would have. In everyone's backpack, they had reading books, coloring books, pencils, and crayons. They also had a couple snacks, something that they can grab on hand that they don't need my assistance to get. Also in that backpack was a blanket for everyone, because on the plane it gets cold sometimes and you know, it's always more comfortable to sleep with a blanket. And also in my carry-on, I had change of clothes for everyone, even for myself, because I was breastfeeding. For me, when I was young, I feel like it was church clothes every time we were traveling. I don't know if it's everyone, but for me, that's how it was. Looking back at it now, it was funny. Anyways, for my kids, I decided that we're gonna travel and we're gonna travel comfortable. So all the kids are in the pajamas and slippers, something they can easily take in and out while we're going through security and put back on so we can keep going because we have a plane to catch. So I tried to not have to use the airplane bathroom. The reason being, it's so small. Like for me to do anything, like I wouldn't be able to manage many kids at the same time. I mean, my oldest is old enough, she knows how to use the bathroom, so that was fine when she had to go. But when I had to go with my son, who refused to do anything in the training pens I put for him for my convenience, I still had to use the bathroom on the plane. I tried to bring them to the airport bathroom before we got on board. It didn't always work, so I still ended up going to the plane bathroom a couple of times with the little ones. I know my son was very well potty trained, but I chose to put a training pants on him anyway, just because he would fall asleep at I don't know when, I don't know where. And also, if I had to rush from one place to the next, I didn't want to have to stop in the bathroom. Like I said in the previous video, he refused to pee in the training pants if he was awake. Like we had to go to a bathroom. So moving on to the what to pack. I had a whole bunch of diapers for the baby, but I spread it out throughout all the luggage that I had. The reason being, I don't want to be caught somewhere and like, oh, which bag did I put the diapers in? I know I had my diaper bag on my back, but just in case they were done or I couldn't reach it for some reason or whatever. I also brought wipes. I bought a whole bunch of wipes. I also bought lots of hand sanitizer because, well, it's the airport. Everybody touches everything. Kids touch everything. It's their first time on the plane, so they will be touching everything. I won't always have time to go to a bathroom or be able to support my son to wash his hands in the high sinks that they put in the bathroom. So hand sanitizer, very handy. We talked about the change of clothes I bought for myself. I bought 3 different change of clothes for the baby. I bought extra training pants, extra pants for my son, and my daughter also had underwear and extra pair of pins if needed. Yeah, everybody was covered and I didn't have to use any of it. Everybody was just fine. The other side of the packing is what kind of activities to pack. So as I've mentioned before, I brought some of the new toys that, like, you know, little things that won't take a lot of spaces, little small books, new books. I had some drawing books, some coloring books, some of course pencils and crayons to go with, reading, crosswords. Also brought headphones, and every kid had them in their backpacks. I mean, not the baby obviously, but I had my own headphones that I never used because I never had time to use them. But toddler and my oldest, they each had their headphones because you never know what you're gonna need, right? Now let's move on to snacks. I have to say I stayed away from anything messy. I didn't want to be cleaning a ton of things up. I didn't want to. So as much as my kids love fresh fruits, I took dried ones. Nuts, they love nuts, so I brought nuts. They used to serve peanuts on board, so I don't think that was not an issue, so I brought them that. I made some wraps with peanut butter and jelly for them, so easy to handle. I individually wrapped them so that when they actually need to eat, I don't have to be opening. I don't want to be the one doing all the work. They can each take their own stuff and then they eat. I bought cheese strings. I don't know if it's the brand that I bought, but eventually it got kind of oily, so maybe next time I'll pay more attention to that. Either that or just keep the whole cheese string business altogether. I didn't want to bring the juice cartons. I mean, yes, I know there is like a certain amount you can bring. I didn't want to deal with that. Everybody was drinking water. Okay, so after security, we all went to the water fountain and filled up water bottles. So the good thing is my kids love water. They are always drinking water, so that wasn't a new thing for them. It wasn't something shocking. You don't want to be trying new things when you're trying to fly with them. So any things you know they already love, healthy or not. I mean, I wasn't looking into being healthy during that trip. If we had to eat candy, we'll be eating candy and cookies, and we'll be healthy when we get to our destination and on our way back home. I didn't pack anything that could spill, so no applesauce. I didn't bring any juice, like I said. I didn't bring any milk. My baby was being breastfed. That was easy. I didn't have to make any formula on board. Some ideas for the wraps: you can also have sandwiches, peanut butter and jelly, ham and cheese, cream cheese and strawberries, things that can stick together. It's not gonna slip out, it's not gonna be all over your kids' hands, you know, things that are like super easy. Hummus is also a great choice. My kids love fishy crackers. I bought some fishy crackers. Those are like very easy. You just open the pack and they eat it on their own. It was very fast. I usually have at home unsalted saltine crackers, and they love seaweed, the flavored toasted seaweed, but there's different versions. There's one in a pack and then there's one that are individually wrapped. I opted for the wrapped ones just because, you know, the extra packaging takes so much space and I wanted to stick them everywhere. That I wanted to make my life as simple as possible. Man, I feel like I spoke a lot today. I hope you got a few takeaways from this. I hope that helps you on your next trip with your family. Yeah, our next flight should be way easier than that because everybody will be older. Leave me some comments below if you want to leave me some feedback. I would love to hear them. Subscribe to the family if you haven't already. I would love to see you around. Take care of yourself. Bye.